Hey guys, welcome to the channel. And first and foremost, I'd like to start out by saying thank you so much for your support in our training programs and our product development over the last 10 years, because without you guys, we wouldn't be here celebrating our 10-year anniversary this year. With that said, today I'm extremely excited to finally introduce you to the Thorax plate carrier. Why the Thorax plate carrier? A lot of people have been asking us that lately. And I think the best question is that three-letter word, right? Why? So I'm going to explain that to you today. I'm going to give you the introduction, I'm going to give you the history, the research, and all the testing that we've been doing for the last 10 years, and then really try to give you the meat and potatoes behind the creation. This is not a sizing video, this is not a components video, this is not an accessories video, which there is a plethora of. So please go visit our channel and look at all the other videos from our black side with Trevor Blue. He'll break down all the components. The sizing is critically important, so please do not skip that. You gotta check out the sizing, right? Because this is life support equipment. This isn't something you just toss on. And also to break down all the components and all the accessories from our legacy products, from our chest rigs, from the X, the Heavy, the Micros, and all the new products that we got coming out as well that will absolutely complement the Thorax. Check those videos out, please. All right, the vision for the Thorax. Now, when we started building this, we said, well, what is the best plate carrier for somebody? And I think we'd all agree, no matter what pathways you have in your life, we come to the same conclusion that it's the one that works for me, right? So we wanted to make it as adaptable and as modular as possible. And we started out with actually some of these older prototypes you see here in front of me were armoring chest rigs, because, you know, like most companies when they're building a plate carrier, they kind of start with that foundation. And then they accessorize around the foundation, where we did that in just complete reverse. And we started accessorizing other great brands of plate carriers out there with our chest rigs, with our FLATPACK line that's, you know, globally recognized. And then again, as we started testing those things with our training company, which is, you know, awesome that we have the Haley Strategic Training Company, because it's a built-in R&D and test and evaluation team. And so we started finding all the shortcomings of what that product offered us, and it didn't offer a complete solution to being a plate carrier. Now, not to say that there aren't some things still in the works to make that kind of concept happen for people that need that modularity to a chest rig, but we wanted to make something deliberate and really stand out, and we believe that's what the Thorax does. As far as the construction on the Thorax plate carrier, you're going to see that it is an advanced constructed product. Our technical designers and sewers here really went the extra mile to make this thing feel perfect on the body. I think the first thing you're going to notice is the thermoform pad. It kind of stands out, not just because of our Thorax logo, where the thoracic cavity is inside of it, but it also acts as an air venting channel as well, and provides a lot of extra padding on the chin in the event that you do hit yourself riding boats. I mean, I've got scars under my chin from just years and years of just beating the crap out of myself. So it does add some extra protection there. You'll notice on the front and rear bags, the front bag has got the ability to add any placard system that you want, or chest rigs, as you guys can see, and you can look in the other accessory video, again, that I talked about with Trevor later. But the advanced construction on the front, you know, taking consideration the cable management, it's like the biggest nightmare on the battlefield right now is batteries and cables. Where do we put them? Where do we store them? So we really want to be careful about how we did that, as well as being able to not impede the channel for those placards. So Molly on the front and on the back, we stuck with that because it's tried and true. It works, right? It's not going to tear like some of the other laminates. Even though we're using a lot of laminates and a lot of tweaves and other materials on here, we decided to keep it strong with bar tacks instead of just laser cutting something to where eventually it can tear open or peel off. And so we just stuck with that. Not to say that we wouldn't change to that in the future, but we are sticking with this right now. So with that, it provides a very rigid EUD platform, or end user device, with the phone on the front of the chest. As well as the construction of the shoulder pads, which we have all of the ability to rubber band, put your PTTs on there, run all your cables through, especially with our padded shoulder pads. This is kind of my favorite part, actually, of the plate carrier. And our own buckles. We decided to just go all out and do it right and make sure that the friction fit on those buckles is perfect. Side entry systems. A little bit different. You know, we have our standard cummerbund, which the only thing different with that, as you'll see in the accessories and components videos, is that it has the gusset on the inside, so you can put armor in it, and you can also run your cables through it and stow a lot of stuff. You can even put EDC kits or medical kits or survival kits in your side. The chicken strap is very rigid. It's kind of like almost like the gun belts that you see nowadays all laminate, laser cut and folded, so it's actually stronger than any of the gun belts out there. And then it's padded on the back. That way it creates this like rigid but yet pliable hug around your body, and but it doesn't impede your mobility whatsoever, especially when you're running radios or dual radios or armor on the side and all that stuff. And you'll also see that the pass-through on these allows you to put cable management, your radios and armor on, but also still add bags on the top. So it took a lot of thought to figure that out. And then you'll find a lot of other little trinkets and like little 1% things, right? That's what I've always looked for. And every modification I've ever tried to do on a plate carrier, you know, even sewing in 550 cord is what I used to do on the back of mine so I could run things vertically. So you'll see that in a production here on this. And we just wanted to try to find all those little things that really makes the end user's job so much easier. So his product, his carrier, his equipment, the accessories work around him so we don't have to work around it. We've been developing the Thorax plate carrier for a long time, probably say about 7 years. And in the last 2 years, we finally found the revision that we want, and it's been in serious testing and evaluation. This is life support equipment. We take that very serious because we understand the choices of bad decisions. And the last thing we want to do is sew something up and throw it out on the market and put it on you. This is designed to save people's lives, okay? So with that, we found a lot in the last 2 years of test and evaluation. You've probably seen it on us. This thing I've been running for years now. In our classes, you've probably seen it on maybe even some law enforcement or military in some of our videos. It is fielded with special operations out there to give us some of the feedback that we've been so grateful to get. And what we've heard from all these people, and ourselves included, is that it's the hardest working plate carrier we've ever found. And that may sound weird, but why that is because every attachment that I can think of, every accessory that I can think of, from placards to chest rigs to tourniquets to radios to armor to everything, just simply works. Every modification that I've ever tried to do, from 550 cording, duct taping, dental flossing stuff on, you name it, I don't have to do with this. And so it's simply just made of a little bit more, and we wanted to give it to you guys in one streamlined package. With all this said, guys, a lot of people might ask and question why armor, especially for civilians. It's kind of a taboo conversation. I think that conversation should end though, because if you have the right to protect yourself with a firearm, you have the right to protect yourself with armor from those firearms. It doesn't matter what your job is. It doesn't matter if you're overseas putting foot to ass for your country as a military guy or gal. It doesn't matter if you're a law enforcement officer out on the street protecting our communities, or if you're a responsible armed citizen that's protecting yourself or somebody else in your family or in society that you don't even know when evil comes to you in the middle of the night. That's your right. Your right in this country with 327 million people that have something uniquely in common that the rest of the world will never understand. And that is a truly unique experimental republic freedom. Only 4.5% of the world's population understand what that means and what it is. I hope you understand what it means. What it means to me is that this is the last free stand on earth. So be prepared, be self-reliant, and die free. I'm Travis Haley. Thanks for joining me. Stay sharp and be safe.